30 for 30, presented by Volkswagen TDI.
We have made the decision that the 2014-15 academic year will be our final year of competition in football, rifle, and bowling. This has been an agonizing decision because of the people involved, the young people. And we've just come from meeting with our coaches and students and sharing this information with them. As you might imagine, a great deal of passion and emotion was exhibited and felt by us as well as them. But once we saw the financial realities that face us and the environment becoming more and more competitive in Division I FBS football and looked at the opportunities for our other sports teams, we knew that we had to make some difficult but clearly necessary decisions.
It was a shock. We weren't expecting that at all. It really caught us off guard. We had heard some things, throughout the season, but nothing that would say that was going to happen. So it really took us all, a shock.
You don't know what we do for this place. You don't know. You don't know what you don't know. You're making the worst decision of your life. And I don't know how you're going to sleep with this, bro, because you got 105 kids in here with families who bank on these scholarships. Coaches,
hey, look at these coaches in their eyes. Look at
these are men who are crying right here. These are
you brought
men.
them from their families. I witnessed my coach sleep in his office for 3 months, and I see his family for 6. Because you brought all of them up here knowing you were going to do this. Bring all of them up here.
This is people. That's a person. All of us, man. I just want you to realize this. Senior, three coaches, and finally the right one comes in, who does whatever he can for this program. Through all the bullshit we've been dealing with, we played football for the last 4 weeks, not knowing if we're going to have a program. We played that Southern Miss game for this program, fighting for our lives. That game was for this program. It wasn't just for this team. It's bigger than this, man. It's bigger than what you think. It's not about numbers. It's about family.
That's right. About family.
It's about family, man. That's what this is. And you should be a part of that, but you're not. You should. You never have been. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but you haven't. That last president we had, she was in the locker room. She was there. I just want you to know how much this means to that guy, to all of us. And it's hard for a man like me to cry in front of these guys. But we've been on that track, we've been on that practice field, on that shitty field.
I was in a bunker in Iraq. And I watched 2 of my soldiers walk out and get blown up. 2 of them, right in front of me. And from that day on, I knew what a brotherhood was. I felt it. I felt it, what it meant to my soul. I felt it. When I came here, that's what this turned into. This is what this is. There's been days where I don't know what my family's going to do. I have a wife, a 3-year-old son. My son asked me last night, Daddy, what are they going to do with their program? He looked me dead in my eyes and asked me, what are they going to do? My 3-year-old, what am I supposed to explain to him? All these guys know my son, all of them. He's been at every game, no matter the distance. No matter the distance. He's been at every game. What am I supposed to tell him? What am I supposed to look him in his face and tell him? What am I supposed to do about that? And you telling me because the numbers didn't look right? Because the numbers didn't look right? sleep in a comfortable, big-ass house, but it's okay.
As a coach, that's tough because you know your heart's into it. You love football. You love what you're doing. You love coaching those young men that you have under your tutorage at that age level. So all those things are in place. It's tough when you have to walk in and say, look, we're no longer going to have a team, and especially something you love to do. So as a coach, I think it would have been very difficult. I'm sure reading the tea leaves, probably about a year in advance, the coach probably had an idea that things were being discussed, things were being scrutinized, whether it was viable financially to keep it going at a school like UAB and putting such a burden on the students to pay for the football program. So I'm sure there was indicators. It wasn't a complete shock, but it'd be very difficult, especially when you have to look in the eyes of those young men that you coach, you recruited to come to that school to play for you, play for that university. That had to be a difficult conversation.